You know what's wild? For all the info we have, camping myths just won't die. They just keep wandering around like raccoons at 2 a.m., loud, wrong, and stealing our snacks. In today's video, we're busting the biggest camping myths you still believe. The stuff your buddy swears is true. The tips your uncle told you in 1997, and the stuff that's getting repeated around campfires to this day. We're breaking it all down with practical info you can use on your next trip. So grab your hot chocolate, settle in, and let's clear the air once and for all. Myth number 1. Boiling water makes it safe to drink. This one's only partly true. Boiling does kill biologic contaminants like bacteria, protozoans, and viruses. If the only problem was pathogens, then boiling would work 100%. But there's a lot more that could be in the water that's very dangerous. Boiling does not remove pesticides, herbicides, gasoline runoff, PFAS, heavy metals, etc. It also doesn't remove toxins from algae blooms, sediment or turbidity, taste or odors. So water that's been contaminated by agricultural runoff or mine drainage or fuel leaks or gray mystery soup can still be polluted. It can still be dangerous even if you boil it. The best case scenario is for you to use a carbon-based water filter. That's going to take out all of that nasty stuff and leave you with water that not only tastes good, but is also healthy for you. Myth number 2, 40% of your heat is lost through your head. Now this is implying that your head is some sort of heat-leaking chimney and that you're gonna freeze to death unless you wear a hat. Now if your arms and torso are insulated but your head is not, then yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of heat, but not 40%. More like 10%, because that's the exposed surface area of your head. Remember, heat loss is proportional to surface area plus exposure, not special head magic. This myth traces back to a flawed 1950s military experiment where they had a bunch of guys dressed up in Arctic gear, everything except for their heads, and to the surprise of absolutely no one, they lost most of their heat through their heads, so they just kind of interpreted the data wrong and ended up saying that it was 40% of the heat was lost through their heads. The stat turned into a catchy but inaccurate survival fact. A warm hat does help because it's usually the last thing you use to cover up on your body, not because your head is some heat vortex. Myth number 3.
You can't start a fire with wet wood. The truth is, most dead wood is actually nice and dry on the inside, even if it's soaking on the outside. You just need a method to expose the dry inner wood so that you can get it to light on fire. I like to use an axe, a hatchet, or even a knife to split the wood down into smaller pieces that are crispy dry. You can even use birch bark, which can still light on fire even when wet, thanks to a flammable resin inside the bark.
Myth number 4. One myth you may have told yourself is that you can't make cool outdoor content like your favorite YouTubers. But thanks to today's sponsor, they're busting that myth. This is the HOVERAir X1 PROMAX, and this thing is incredible. It's a tracking drone that fits in your pocket, has one button palm takeoff, and has 15 different flight modes, all accessible through the drone or through the accompanying app on your phone. You can record in 1080p HD, 4K, or 8K. It flies at up to 27 miles per hour and bursts up to 36 miles per hour, so you can run, bike, ski, motorcycle, climb, hike, anything, and this thing will follow you. Thanks to HOVERAir X1 PROMAX, you can capture all of your cool outdoor moments in stunning 8K with this easy-to-use follow drone. Whether you climb, bike, hike, anything, this thing will capture every move you make in stunning 8K. And you can even control it manually with your phone, and it gets up pretty high.
I like to use it for capturing my hikes, specifically with 2 of the 15 modes. The dolly track mode is great because it follows in front of you and it has a rear obstacle avoidance camera, which is pretty cool. And the follow mode, which follows behind you and can keep pace with you even if you're running. I also really like the spiral mode, which creates a really cool hero type shot. You can set the radius and height of the camera in the app too. The manual mode gives you full control of the drone, including exposure, shutter, and ISO. This is good for those typical drone type shots, allowing you to take less with you on trips. It uses your phone's Wi-Fi to provide a preview video feed and can return to its home GPS position if it loses connection.
If you've been looking for the perfect tool to capture your outdoor adventures, then check out the X1 PROMAX by HOVERAir. This thing is absolutely amazing. HOVERAir's biggest sale of the year is live. Enjoy up to 35% off this Black Friday across all sites, November 20th through December 1st, and get a free battery with your purchase. Thank you, HOVERAir, for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to busting these myths. Myth number 5. Moss only grows on the north side of trees. The idea is that you can use moss as a reliable natural compass. If you find moss, you find north, right? Look, moss doesn't care about cardinal directions. It grows where it's most protected, which is in the shade, cool, protected from the sun. Sometimes that is the north side of the tree, but it just might as well be the south side or the west side or the east side of the tree, around the base of the tree, underneath a fallen log, or entire patches of forest. If wind, water flow, terrain changes create shade or a cool environment, moss is going to grow there. Why the myth sticks? In the northern hemisphere, a lot of times moss does grow on the north side of trees. So historically, people noticed that moss grew on the north side of trees, and most of the time turned into all of the time, and therefore you get the myth that moss grows on the north side of trees. Moss is not a compass, it's a clue, one data point among many. At worst case scenario, you end up walking in the wrong direction entirely. The moral of the story is, make sure you have a good navigation device on you at all times. Myth number 6. Daddy longlegs are the most poisonous spiders, but their fangs are too tiny to bite you. The story goes like this. Daddy longlegs have super powerful venom, but their fangs are too short and weak to bite humans. Therefore, we're lucky they can't use their deadly toxin on us. Sounds dramatic, but it's entirely wrong. The reality is there are 3 different animals people call daddy longlegs, and none of them match the myth. Harvestmen, or Apilionis, the little round-bodied creatures with long legs, with over 6,500 species, they are very prolific. Here are some truths about them. They are not spiders, they do not have venom, and they do not have fangs. They eat decomposing stuff, not you. 0 venom, 0 danger, 0 bite risk. Now, cellar spiders, they are also called daddy longlegs. These are spiders found in basements and crawl spaces. They have venom. All spiders do. Their venom is very mild. They can bite humans, but it's harmless, not deadly, not dangerous, just bad PR. Crane flies. Now, they look like giant mosquitoes, but they don't bite anyone. They're not spiders, they have no venom, and they have no fangs. 0 threat. The truth is, no creature commonly called daddy longlegs has dangerously potent venom, and most don't have venom at all. They're harmless. They're helpful. They're victims of a wildly persistent myth. Myth number 7. Cotton kills. This phrase gets repeated like a law of nature. Wear cotton outdoors and you'll freeze. People treat it like cotton equals deadly, synthetics and wool equals safe, but it's not always true. The reality is, cotton only becomes dangerous in specific conditions, usually cold and wet. When cotton gets wet, it absorbs a ton of water, up to 27 times its weight. It dries slowly, losing its insulation, and then starts to pull heat away from your body. And in hypothermia conditions, that can be a big problem. But cotton doesn't actually kill people. Cold, wet, unprepared conditions do. And waterlogged anything can cause trouble, including badly chosen synthetics. Cotton kills is a myth when applied universally. Cotton is totally fine, even comfortable when it's warm out, you're in dry conditions, you're doing low-risk day hikes, you have layers to swap if moisture builds, you're in a desert or a hot climate, it can actually even help cool you. People hike entire summers in cotton t-shirts and are perfectly safe. The truth is, cotton kills only if you rely on it in cold, wet, high-risk environments. It's not universal, it's situational. The myth is treating cotton as inherently dangerous rather than understanding context in moisture management. Myth number 8. Bigfoot is real. Well, this one's clearly true. How could you not think Bigfoot is real? I hope you found this useful, or at least entertaining. If you like this video, would you give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already? I hope to see you out there.